Bold and the Beautiful has Bill Spencer looking unconvinced about Luna Nozawa's paternity in one of a few cliffhangers from Friday's episode of the CBS soap. Speaking of the FC intern, B&B left her in a seductive mode in Xandi Forrester's bed, which is about to lead to a real mess next week. Bold and the Beautiful did a good job at covering Xandi Forrester, Delon Demetz, with an excuse for next week after he finds Luna Nozawa, Lisa Yamada, in his bed. She looks up at him with goo-goo eyes and tells him she's been waiting for him. Bold and the Beautiful had Xandi inviting her to his digs on the Forrester estate. So when he finds her there, it might be a surprise, but only because she took him up on that invitation. Of course, Luna Nozawa is off in left field, someplace after mistaking her mother's pills for breath mints. So she thinks she's waiting for RG Forrester, Joshua Hoffman, in that bed. She sees RG's face instead of Xandi's, but he has no way of knowing this. Plus, none of the Bold and Beautiful characters have a way of knowing she is under the influence of drugs, including Luna herself. So what happens next? Does Xandi tell his coworker to move over in his bed? Bill Spencer did the math and matched the timeline of the conception of Luna. Poppy Nozawa, Romy Park, denied Bill's inquiry about the possibility that he fathered Luna Nozawa a few times on Bold and the Beautiful. Poppy is thrilled that Bill would like to be her daughter's dad, or at least she tells him this. But despite being adamant that Bill did not spawn her daughter, Bill is not looking too convinced. So it's likely Bill figures out a way to get a dab of Poppy's DNA and has a test done of his own. But back at the Forrester pool house, the storyline unfolds with some unthinkable outcomes possible. Luna Nozawa is in Xandi Forrester's hands come Monday on Bold and the Beautiful. But this guy probably thinks he enticed her, and she's there because of his invitation. Something needs to happen to stave off this becoming the second man she's ever bedded down. So will Xandi realize that this young intern's mood is altered and stops so as not to take advantage of her? Or maybe she calls out RJ's name as they start the process. This could have him realize that Luna Nozawa thinks he's RJ and stops. Or they could do the deed, which opens an explosive can of worms for future Bold and the Beautiful plots. The youngest Forrester son would find himself devastated. But his grandfather drummed into his head all last week that he should never let Luna Nozawa go. Still, B&B can roll with this and create a pregnancy for Luna Nozawa. This would leave her not knowing which one of these Forrester cousins is the father. Oh, what a tangled web this could weave. Ironically, Luna could find herself in the same situation Poppy was when finding out she was pregnant with her. This is Bold and the Beautiful, so you just don't know. Bill Spencer swears there's some type of otherworldly connection going on when it comes to Poppy. He said this a few times on Bold and Beautiful so far. Bill also looks at how fate brought him back together with Poppy after all these years. So despite this free-spirited woman denying he is the father to her daughter, it looks as if Bill Spencer is not buying it. So he will likely take the matter into his own hands and nab something with Luna's DNA on it. How? Well, this guy has the money to have someone follow her until she discards a water bottle or something else. But Bold and the Beautiful already put him at the beach house, where RG now lives a few times. So why not again? Ask the owner. Bill Spencer has a key, and it could work for some comic relief to see him stumbling around the Malibu house while trying to find something of Luna's he could use for a DNA sample. The Bold and the Beautiful fans moved on from Bill Spencer as the possible daddy for Luna Nozawa. But now that he's pushed Poppy a few times and not looking convinced by her answer, well, it sparked some renewed possibilities for the viewers. Up until the last few episodes, it looked almost definite that the sperm donor came from the Finnegan home over 2 decades ago. That is still a front-running theory, but Bill Spencer's desire to be Luna Nozawa's father is picking up pace once again on the CBS soap.